Hey, good morning, guys. I hope you guys had a fabulous night. It appears to be pretty cold throughout the United States, I think except California, because I was having a little chat with a future guest on the show for January, and they're in California, and it was warm for them. Anyway, just a little update regarding the cold weather and how one fares inside an RV. And how one fares when not being used to being in cold weather. I'm an islander. I was born in Cuba, and I've lived pretty much all my life in Florida. I mean, I've traveled around. I lived in Argentina for a little bit, El Paso, Texas, which it did get cold in El Paso, but, it wasn't super, super cold. And I lived here for a season in 2008, and I left right before it got really bad. I mean, I did get to see a little snow, but I never lived in the cold inside an RV, which makes a major, major difference. I'm pretty proud of myself in the way that I've been adapting, and that's the goal, I guess. Adaptation. You could adapt to hanging if you hang long enough, that kind of thing. Excuse me. Take a little sip of the coffee, which gets very cold very quickly because of the temperature. I don't know if you guys could see. Actually, let me go to this end. I'm going to lose some light, but now you can't see it. But when I breathe, you can see smoke coming out of my mouth, which is crazy. That's one of the reasons I wanted to make the video, because it was like, oh my God, that usually happens when you go outside and you breathe and you've got this smoke coming out of your mouth, because the air inside your body is a lot warmer than it is outside. But that's happening here inside this RV. Yesterday, because I wasn't expecting, they told me to open up just a slight bit the faucets and let it drip very slightly so the pipes don't freeze. But I thought, well, it has to get below at least in the 15 or 14s or something like that, and it's only been in the 20s, but I guess it freezes in the 20s as well. So last night I left the bathroom door open so that my toilet would flush and I would get water coming out of the lines, and I opened up the cabinetries where the faucets are, and I let the little slow drip in this morning, no problem. So that's pretty good. I'm thinking, it can't get worse. I better not say that. It can get any worse than this. But I've heard that it does get below zero at times, especially if they have some storm coming in or something. So I'm hoping it doesn't happen, because we've had cold weather for quite a while now here. I think since September, if I'm not mistaken, we've been having cold nights. It's been dropping down to the 40s at night since September, and then it warms up during the day to 70s or something. But now it's been a month since it gets down in the 30s, and now it's getting down in the 20s, and then the highs is 40s. So that's pretty cold. That's cold for me. I'm not used to that kind of stuff in Florida. We get cold weather every now and then, but not this cold. And right now they're at night in the 70s and during the day in the 80s. So yeah. But anyway, I am adapting, which is good. I don't know. It's a human thing. You go through life and you think, oh my God, I'll never get through this. Right now, my hands are frozen. Okay. Years back, I'd probably be such a wuss, and I did. I woke up this morning and I wore my gloves, but you can't make breakfast with gloves. I'd cut up my apple, cut up my orange, and make coffee and all this stuff, that one does, and then you have to wash the plates, and you can't do that with gloves. It's a killer when you get your hands wet. Luckily, I've got my little space heater here, compliments of Jessica's ex-wife, and I asked Jessica to please leave that for me because I knew I was going to need it. Then the electric blanket is a lifesaver at night. Although it shuts off every 3 hours, so in the middle of my sleep, if I start feeling cold, I'm trying to reach for the thing and try to hit it so that I don't wake up trying to turn it on. But yeah, it's all good. It's part of life. It's part of living. Adaptation. We take things for granted. Modern society has all these modern comforts, and what happens the day a sun flare goes from the sun and wipes out our entire grid, or if a bad storm comes in and wipes something out, or if we get a bad earthquake, or I don't know, just any kind of disaster where it'll leave us totally messed up. To talk about global warming, I think we're going through another ice age real soon, because it's weather's strange, and we've got to think of these things because things are starting to happen, you know? And not to be a fearmonger, but you have to be prepared and you have to adapt to whatever comes our way. I mean, human beings, we have had to adapt throughout centuries and centuries and different things, and that's why we are alive today, and that's why they call it survival of the fittest. If you're that kind of prima donna that can't handle stuff and need all your modern technology and all your comforts, and something happens, you're in deep doo-doo. This is, the second time that I do. Actually, the first time was even worse, because when my ex-wife and I, Violet, we did the spiritual journey, we didn't have the comforts of an RV. We did stuff, we roughed it, and, it makes you grow as a spiritual being. It really puts you in touch with Mother Earth. It really puts you in touch with what you're capable of. So, every morning I have to, reboot my computer. I need a new computer. So if anybody out there wants to donate a computer to me, please let me know, and I greatly appreciate it, because this thing is, it keeps telling me not responding, script not responding, what's the other one that says plug-in not responding, and I'm trying to figure out and do all sorts of stuff, CC Cleaner, it's just, I don't know. I've taken all the stuff that I have and I've put it in a hard drive or an external hard drive, so I'm thinking maybe it's the memory, that's not it. So it's an Asus, and I've had it now for at least 3 years, and laptops usually don't last longer than that. They start giving you a hard time. So, yeah, and I need it for the shows and for all the stuff that I do, and, it's my work thing, But anyway, had lots of fun on the event, performance, and, little guest speaking stuff that I did, and it's all on YouTube, so if you guys want to check it out. And also went hiking in between the two events with Reverend Tyler, and he went to walk his dog and took me along with them, so I wouldn't just have to hang around back home here, which I thought I'd be stuck. So it was nice. It's a continental divide, and it's just a little cold, and when the altitude here is a lot higher, so the breathing gets a little labored until your body starts to get used to it. Excuse me. But it was definitely, there's so many beautiful hiking trails here in Silver City, and just amazing things to see, and a lot of history. Billy the Kid lived here, and, stargazing, and it's all I need now is that perfect someone in my life to grow with and just enjoy all this beautiful thing together, and we're good to go. Anyway, that's it. Today is Tuesday. Don't have a show now until Thursday, and I had the show yesterday, so if you guys check that out, it's also on there. Very informative. I know a lot of you will probably disagree with a lot of the stuff that I say, but hey, that's how it is, I think outside the box, and I look at things so differently. I just found out today that one of our members of Congress, Ileana, it's on my Facebook, one of my friends posted it there. Her son is an FTM, was born a girl, and now transitioned to a guy, so I'm going to share that with my mom, because my mom's not at all pro-trans. She hates what I've done. She loves me, but she can't stand it. So I think that if she sees that other people, especially because my mom's Republican, I'm not even a Republican, Democrat, or anything. I don't even believe in politics, but my mom's a hardcore Republican, so maybe because a Republican's son is FTM, and that might, I don't know, probably not, but stretch. Anyway, guys, I'm going to finish my breakfast here, and, yeah, catch you guys later. Tune in Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lou Ann Soot, amazing individual. She's a lesbian who was raised very, very religious and strict, and she shares her life story on her book and all that good stuff. So stay tuned, and catch you guys later. Love you, but remember to always love yourselves too. Bye-bye. Stay warm.